After 10 months of ownership, the sun is setting and it is time to see what the stock LED headlights do on my 2024 Road Glide. So I'm John, this is Road Reality, and we're gonna test that tonight. And already I can see that my Pocket 3 here is doing some funny stuff. So now we're in low light mode, so we are gonna do some camera tests as well as the bike test. So now the Pocket 3 is in low light mode, but I've got my Hero 12 on the handlebars. I'll have my Hero 13 on the helmet. And then right here, we've got the Hero 10. All three of them have the max lens mod on them. So the footage as it gets darker may get a little shakier because my helmet cam is not level. And thus I need the horizon lock to level the footage. Well, the horizon lock means you can't turn hyper smooth completely off on GoPros. So we're just gonna do the best that we can. Let's get on a bike and ride. And it is now 6:38. The sun is supposed to set at 7:08. So this footage probably looks okay. Is that thing recording? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. The 10 I always worry about. Not as much as the 9, but the 10. So I apologize in advance if you came here just for the light review, but I like to combine things and make them just as entertaining as possible for you. So we will be looking at the headlights on the Road Glide. I even brought my Canon with me to get a real good shot of it. And I brought my phone just in case the Canon doesn't do a good job. Speaking of good job, the camera down there, if you can see it, I'm watching the road. Yep. The Hero 10, I think, is in a good spot to do a good job of showing what the headlights are capable of, because I used to have my GoPro Max, which is years old, and I just didn't feel like breaking it out and dusting it off today. But the Hero Max did a good job of showing what the custom dynamics headlights were capable of on my previous bike, the 2019 Street Glide. So we are going to spend the sunset time here as the sun properly falls, riding through the city. But that is the premise of today's video. Hopefully the Hero 10 is doing a good job. But I'm also really curious as to what the Hero 13 does to see if there's any increase in low light performance from the 12. And I know there's probably dozens, if not hundreds of videos of people on YouTube testing that exact thing. However, it is not the same thing because not many people are using the ultra wide lens on the Hero 13, the max lens mod 2.0 on the 12, and down there on the 10, the max lens mod 1.0. Yeah, I am not unique, but probably fairly rare. What a cool contrasty shot between that half covered building and that building over there, and then the daylight in the middle. That will be a good test of the dynamic range, or how much detail the GoPros can show between the buildings and the sky. I like it. This is going to turn into a clip show. Oh, there you go. There's the sunlight right into my eyeballs, searing into my retinas. And it's going to go behind that sign. Yeah. Ah, this is good times. Are you having a good time? Poop the like button. Consider subscribing for all the shenanigans and nonsense that is a Road Reality video, including turning left when this guy gets it through his head that the light turned green. Oh, almost dumped my bike. And now I got my wits about me. I remembered to turn on my auto day-night mode, so now it thinks it should be daylight, I guess. I'm curious as to how dark it has to get before that screen flips back to the white over a black background instead of the black over a white background that it has now. Inquiring minds want to know. It's finally getting dark enough. I can see my headlight reflecting off of the street sign. So we're going to stick to the back roads to avoid the car wildlife. The cars are crazy. Drivers are nuts. We don't trust any of them. None whatsoever. They're all suspect. Which is basically how you should ride a motorcycle anyway. Am I right? I'm right. Interestingly enough, the screen here is still on black over white, so kind of surprised by that given how, well, dim everything is around me. It is almost twilight. I told you, sunset was at 7:08. It's 7:03, so we'll get a little bit of light after that, but not much before it, I guess. I mean, this is pretty dark and it hasn't gone, like, flipped its modes, right? Now that it's darker, how is the GoPro 13 picking up the contrast here? I can see an airplane and the contrails of it are being reflected by the sun. But yeah, I see what's going on here. and we're stopped. So the shakiness should be minimal. That's the Hero 12 there. Here's what the Hero 10 is seeing. Yeah, probably just as good. It's not super dark yet. It's getting to the point where the headlights are starting to bother me because I have an astigmatism in both eyes. And my eyeglasses are supposed to correct for it, but they're a few years old. Should probably get new ones, but I haven't yet. So whatever. It is what it is. I just kind of, I don't have a lot of night vision. I don't like riding at night. I don't like driving at night. It's like I'm really, really old, but I'm in a younger body. That's the name of the game here. It finally flipped. Hold on. Gotta sync up all my camera footage. Thanks for the brights, jackass. So I'm telling you, man, I can't see anything. But the screen finally flipped. It had to get a lot darker than I wanted it to. Out here, the ambient light, that is, before that thing flipped over to dark mode. Now I can read the daggone screen. In the daylight, I have trouble reading the white over black background, but at night, man, that looks slick. I like that a lot. Look at that. That is cool. I'm watching the road. You watch the screen there. Yeah. Anyway, it finally flipped. This would have been so much better as two separate videos. But that's not my style or my jam. And I got a light coming up here. Yep. One time on my KZ, which had 2 candle power, I almost ended up in that fence over there. I came in flying into that corner, flying, relative term, and I was going way too hot. I stood it up, progressively braked, and then leaned it back over and made the corner. Good times. All right, let's find some really dark areas to film. Now you can see the headlights in action. They're working. I can see the road. Let's put the brights on. Where is it? There it is. There's your brights. There's your lows. Bright, low. Man, that really throws a nice beam. I like that quite a bit. Yeah, they're doing a good job. Yeah, we just need to find it a little bit darker, like pitch black. Let's pull over real quick. This, I think, is a pretty good spot. Can you even see me? Yeah, just a hair, right? So I'm about 10 feet away from that sign right there, and I'm a good 60 or 70 feet away from the stop sign and that sign. You can see the turn signals blinking. Let's get off the bike and show them. So this is what the Pocket 3 sees. I'm in low light mode on it. Yep, that's good stuff. And then you can see what the bike is showing us. I have it turned off, but I have the bike on. Look, see, the bike's on. Ooh, there's what the dash looks like. And I never noticed it, but there's a little like orange bit right there showing like a reflection on the fake round digital gauge deal. It's pretty neat. I kind of like it. But that's what the headlights are doing. That's the beam that they're throwing off. It's a pretty good beam. There's a switch right here, and when I pull it, it's gonna flash the high beams. There's the high beams, and it leaves the low beams on, and then if I flip it over, it leaves the low on and gets the high beam. So there's the low beams, there's the high beams. Back to low, because there's the car. Look at that. But anyway, let's take a look at the headlight. There is the headlight, the LED headlight. Let me turn a turn signal on. All right, there's our amber turn signal for the right-hand side. Look at that. Oh, that thing looks nice. Look at that LED headlight, nice and bright. And then looking at the back lights, we've got the amber inset inside the red. So that looks pretty cool. And you probably can't tell because I've blurred out my plate, but the light that shines on the license plate is pretty bright too. That is nice. I like it. Hey, this is what I look like standing in the headlight. Hey, the turn signal's on. That's better. I'm 8 feet away, give or take, from the bike, and it's shining up at me. It's not too bright. It's got like a fine line in the middle, and you can't see it on the camera, but that center section right about there has like a bright light. It's just a little smidge of a light. It's just a beam that goes across, and then it's got the loop-de-loop piece that you can actually see. On the camera, it just looks like everything. So let me get some pictures to maybe show this with the Canon. So this is how dark the Canon is in aperture priority mode, but that's how bright the headlights are. Yeah, you can really see that light. I wonder if we can see it better from the front than we did before. Nope, you can't really see. You can't see it much better. Oh, that's bright. Oh, that's a cool shot. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, there, you can kind of see the little beam right there in the middle and not the outside. But man, it is getting dark out. There's the sky, and there's my backlights. I turned the turn signal off. And now, my friend, it is time to ride home in the dark. All I can see now are like headlights and taillights and a tiny bit of sky. Our testing is complete. Let us see if the bike starts. Nice. Honestly, I was a little bit worried that sitting here for 10 minutes with the headlights on might kill the battery enough, and with that big screen on, but they're all LED lights. That screen probably takes up the most power of anything. Here's a pretty dark road at night on the Hero 13 with the Road Glide stock LED headlights. That's not bad. There's a street light, but as soon as we exit the street light's brightness, we should be just covered in darkness or something. I don't know what to say there, but these headlights are really impressive. I'm going through puberty again, and I have no coffee to sustain me. I'm running on fumes, people. But these headlights are really actually impressive. I remember what it looked like when I was riding my street glide at night, and it was probably comparable to this. This is pretty good, yeah. I won't say it's the brightest thing in the world, but hey, your headlights can only do so much. Now we've got the high beams on. Look at that. That's bright. Oh my goodness. I can see into tomorrow, I think. Woo. Easy now, John. Gotta remember, I can't see everything. Man, these things are bright. Wow. That's low beam. And that's high beam. Pretty good. Yep, this is about what you see in the city at night when it's dark out. But I'm gonna get gas and we're gonna end the video here under the bright lights of the gas station. What have you thought of the footage so far? Is it pretty good? I mean, obviously it got darker as the video went along, and we got to see the headlights in action. We got to see the cameras, all three of them in action. I think that's pretty cool. It's a neat combination, and I think that understanding the limitations of each camera can help portray better how the headlights are functioning. That's my premise to this anyway. That's full enough. Make sure it latches. There we go. So that's about going to do it for this video. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought of the footage and the headlights on the Road Glide and everything else. I'm curious what other people think, but personally, I think they're pretty dang good, and I don't see a need to upgrade the headlights on this bike. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, all that YouTube crap. Actually, just go check out this video, and don't forget your 2 mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day, and 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's testing your headlights at night before you get caught out at night. Bye.